Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to ask what epiphanies are they having? We're going to ask what epiphanies are they having in general and what epiphanies are they having about their twin flame. So we're going to use the Psychic Tarot deck for the Divine Masculine. We're going to use the Twin Flame Tarot Journey deck for the Divine Feminine. Please feel free to switch roles if you identify more so with the other side, as we are all the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. And the secret to Twin Flame Union is to balance out and integrate your own Divine Masculine and your own Divine Feminine energies. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com because that's what I do coaching on. You can also check out my Etsy shop for my coaching, and I will teach you all about that. Okay, let's begin. So let's just say in general, what epiphanies is the Divine Masculine having? In general, what epiphanies is the Divine Masculine having, please? 2 cards. What kind of epiphanies are they having? 2 cards. What epiphanies are they having in general? Just in general, what epiphanies are they having? Yeah, interesting. So we have destiny and we have intuition. Beautiful. So the epiphanies that they're having is that they realize that the Divine Feminine is their destiny, and they know this because they are in their intuition. So this is their big epiphanies. That's good that their epiphanies are coming from their intuition and that they know that their Divine Feminine is their destiny. I love it. Okay, let's look at the Divine Feminine. That's huge epiphany that they're having. Let's look at the Divine Feminine. What epiphany are they having? What epiphany are they having in general? Just in general, 2 cards. What kind of epiphanies is the Divine Feminine having in general, please? Just 2 cards. 2 cards. What epiphanies are they having? Well, the epiphanies that they're having is they have Queen of Wands reversed with King of Pentacles reversed. It's like the epiphanies that they're having is that they're feeling a bit unstable and not very confident. They're not feeling very confident in general, and they're not feeling very stable in general. But let's go ahead and get a clarifier on that. What does this have to do with? What does this have to do with? Why is King of Pentacles reversed? And why is Queen of Wands reversed in their epiphany? In this epiphany that the Divine Feminine is having. Yeah, and interesting. So we have Wheel of Fortune. So it's like the Divine Feminine also understands that this is their destiny, okay? Understanding that this is something that came into their life that is almost like a it's like it's like it's a cycle, right? And you know that it's going to take time, but the thing is that you have to understand Divine Feminines is that you need to stay centered, not be on the outside of the wheel, because if you do, you'll become unstable. And and then with this card, the Queen of Wands feeling not very confident about what's happening, so not feeling very confident. But we're going to get some guidance on that and how we can turn that around. Okay, but let's look at the Divine Masculine. All right, what other epiphanies? So what epiphanies is the Divine Masculine having about their Divine Feminine? Okay, what is the epiphany that the Divine Masculine is having about their Divine Feminine? 2 cards. What epiphany is the Divine Masculine having about their Divine Feminine? 2 cards. About their Divine Feminine. Interesting. All right, so we have the 5 of Wands reversed, and we have the Crown Chakra reversed. What's great, though, is that it is reversed, okay? So it's almost like at the same time, they are not quite in that sense of oneness. They're not feeling that oneness with their Divine Feminine yet. Again, this is what I coach on, okay? Because that is the goal, right? To feel into oneness with your divine feminine before you get into twin flame union, right? That's the goal. But at the same time, getting over the challenges, right? Because this is reversed, so it's like it doesn't seem as much of a challenge. So that's good. So these obstacles are starting to fade. But let's get another card on this. Why is this here? Why is the crown chakra reversed with the Five of Wands reversed? Why is this here? One card, please. One card for the Divine Masculine. Why is this here? Well, and we'll grab some other decks. You know what? I feel like they want me to grab other decks. They're telling me no. They're telling me it's not this deck, which is fine. Let's grab another deck here. Why is this here? Why is Crown Chakra with Five of Wands here reversed? Why is this here? What is the epiphany? What is the epiphany of the Divine Masculine is having? What is the epiphany? What is it? Okay, the gift of sacred sight. That's reversed. Well, that makes sense because of the crown chakra being reversed, right? So it's like, yeah. So it's like what they're telling me is that, yes, they're getting over these obstacles, and yes, they know that their divine feminine is their destiny, but they're just not seeing it yet. Like they're having a tough time seeing it. The obstacles are still in the way. They're still feeling a bit blocked right now. But let's grab some other cards. What other epiphanies? What other epiphanies is a divine masculine having? Let's see. What's another epiphany the divine masculine's having right now? When it comes to their divine feminine. When it comes to their divine feminine, what is their epiphany? All right. Don't forget. Oh, it's funny. It's reversed. It's like, okay, what Spirit is telling me is that they cannot forget about their divine feminine. It's like you're always on their mind. It's like they just cannot get their divine feminine off their minds, okay? Because reminder is reversed. It's like they don't need any reminders. It's like they're being reminded. That's what they're telling me. It's like the divine masculine is being reminded of the divine feminine no matter where they go, no matter no matter who they're with, no matter what they're doing, no matter what they're listening to on the radio. It doesn't matter. If they're trying to distract themselves, it doesn't matter. They're being reminded of their divine feminine. And this is good, right? Because now they know that this is their destiny. They don't have any doubt about that. Okay. So let's look at the divine feminine. What is the divine feminine? What is the epiphanies? What kind of epiphany is the divine feminine having at this time? What epiphanies is the divine feminine having, please, at this time? What epiphanies? New skills, advanced training, rapid movements. That's interesting because it came out reversed, okay? So the fairy ring came out reversed. And so it's almost like what they're trying to tell me here is that the divine feminine possibly may not be realizing that this is a time that the divine feminine is supposed to be learning new skills, okay? There's supposed to be rapid improvements at this time. So it's like working on your inner skills. Okay, well, it is reversed. So some of you are doing that. So some of the divine feminine, they are working on their inner skills. So it's not like outer skills, right? So it's not like where you go outside of yourself and you learn how to play basketball, right? This is more about the inner skills and what that means to you. So it's like having that relationship with your soul. And so that is actually an epiphany that advanced training and new skills that the divine feminine is getting, because I thought it was reversed, so I thought the answer was you're not doing it, but no, Spirit is saying no, it's reversed because they are doing it. The epiphany they're having is that they're working on their inner skills, and then for those divine feminines who are not, it's just kind of reminder that that is what this is. It's like you're supposed to be working on your inner skills right now, your advanced training, or whatever that means to you. Where do you get your advanced training? I happen to like Mind Valley. I really enjoy Mind Valley, so that's where I get a lot of my new skills. Okay, let's grab another deck. What other deck is calling my name? What other epiphanies is the Divine Masculine having at this time? What other epiphanies is the Divine Masculine having? This is a huge deck for my hands. Here we go. One card for the Divine. Oops, sorry. We've got some dogs right outside here. Hold on one second. Of course, the minute I turned off the computer, the dog stopped. Okay, so what epiphanies is the Divine Masculine having, please? What is the epiphany the Divine Masculine's having? Yeah, it's that inner courage. Yeah, it's like they realize it's not like that outer courage, right? Where you're like going out there into the darkness and you're fighting the monsters, right? No, it's that inner courage. It's like what's inside of you. It's like a sock where you've been turned inside out. You know, your divine feminine just turned you inside out, right? And so now it's like finding that inner strength, okay, to keep going with this. You know, a lot of the videos are saying shadow work. Doing the shadow work is huge for the divine masculine. What else? How about the divine feminine? What epiphanies is the divine feminine having right now? What epiphanies is the divine feminine having at this time? What epiphanies are they having at this time? Yeah, Phoenix rising, the divine feminine realizing, rising from the ashes, right? So probably went through some kind of dark night of the soul, maybe went through some kind of tower moment, and pretty much crushed everything, all the programming, anything you've ever known. Just really just did like a reset, right? This is a reset, and now rising from the ashes. So the divine feminine rising from the ashes. That's beautiful. Also, what other epiphanies are? So, what epiphany is the divine masculine having about themselves? What epiphany is the divine masculine having about themselves? One card. What epiphanies is the divine masculine having about themselves? I won't cry for you. Yeah, so the divine so the divine masculine having this epiphany that it's so interesting. So this is kind of twofold. So this is about pride in a way where it's like I won't cry for you. So the divine masculine trying to not feel this way, right? Trying not to feel like I'm going to cry over their divine feminine, right? So they're having this epiphany, right? Where it's like no one taught them that it was okay to cry. Growing up, right, they were probably taught to hold in their emotions and that it's not okay to show your emotions, right? Just stay pretty stoic, right? And so this could be two things. It's either they feel like their divine feminine feels this way, like I won't cry for you, or they're feeling this about themselves, where they won't allow themselves to feel their feelings about it. All right. And what about the divine feminine? What epiphanies is the divine feminine having at this time? What epiphanies? Interesting. So this is the temple of my body. That's interesting. So perhaps the divine feminine having an epiphany of perhaps not unconditionally loving themselves, if that makes sense, right? And it could be about the body, but just like no matter what the divine feminine looks like, the divine feminine feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm just not at where I want to be. And so just, having the epiphany where it's like, wow, it's like, no matter where I'm at, I'm not unconditionally loving myself, like just appreciating my body, right? Appreciating my temple. Or it could even be in general, just not taking care of the body or taking care of the temple. That epiphany is happening for the divine feminine. Very interesting. Let's see, is there any other decks I wanted to pull? Yeah, I just want to pull one more deck before I start getting messages. for both. So with the divine masculine, any more epiphanies for the divine masculine? Any more epiphanies? One card for the divine masculine. Interesting. So we have wide open reverse. That's interesting. So usually when this is upright, it's like they understand that any choices can be made, anything can happen. It's like, ooh, but no, it's reversed. So what this is saying to me is that they have focus, right? It's like they know what they need to focus on. And the reason why I know that is because we got this destiny card, right? So it's like no, it's not wide open. They're not feeling like, oh, my destiny is wide open. It's not. It's like a narrow focus. They know what so this is their epiphany. It's like, oh, I could just take any of these choices or any of these plans or just do it. No, that's not what this time is about. It's about focus. They know their path and they're moving towards their destiny. That's beautiful. They know what their path is. All right, let's look at the divine feminine. What epiphany is the divine feminine having? One card, please. What epiphany is the divine feminine having? One card, please. All right, education. Interesting. So it's almost like, I love this card. So it's almost like instead of the divine feminine is not really going outside of themselves for this education. It's not about like educating themselves through school or college. It's more about that inner education, right? It's that inner wisdom. It's like they're going into their soul, and their big epiphany is that they're learning so much more from within than outside of themselves. It's like going outside of themselves actually is taking them farther away from their wisdom. And so they're going within for that wisdom. That is the epiphany that the divine feminine is having. Okay, so let's grab a couple of things from the bag. What other epiphanies is the divine masculine having? Well, that just popped right out. What other epiphanies is the divine masculine having? All right, another epiphany for the divine masculine. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, so an epiphany that the divine masculine is having is that they're trying to purge. Okay, so for you divine masculines, whatever that means to you, are you trying to purge the negative energies? Maybe you're purging in your home, maybe you're cleaning out your home, whatever that means. It's like you're doing a clearing. That is a great epiphany that it's time to purge things in your life that are no longer serving you. Also, the divine masculine, an epiphany is, I am trying to be in a better place. Trying to be in a better place for the divine masculine. That is a huge also epiphany. And then also it says, I wish you were here with me. So the divine masculine, the epiphany is that they really wish that their divine feminine was here with them. They just, they don't need reminders, right? It's like the reminder card is like, it's like they're constantly being reminded of their divine feminine, and they just wish that you were here with them. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the divine feminine. What epiphanies is the divine feminine having, please? Any epiphanies for the divine feminine? Oops. What epiphanies is the divine feminine having, please? Spirit, what epiphanies is the divine feminine having? I need one more. One more. There we go. Okay. So let's see, for the divine feminine, what epiphanies is the divine feminine having here? Oh, it's so twisted. Here we go. Interesting. So the epiphany the divine feminine is having is that there's a lot of synchronicities going on here. A lot of synchronicities. So they're like, I didn't think this was going in the right direction, but I'm starting to see a lot of synchronicities all around me. Interesting. And then stable. It's like the divine feminine is realizing that it's very, very important. It's funny because stable came out reverse at the beginning of the reading, right? And so they realize this is very important to stabilize, even in this type of imbalance, right? So right now you're feeling the imbalance between the divine feminine, divine masculine energies. And so it's time to stabilize. So that's a big epiphany. And then another epiphany the divine feminine is having about the divine masculine is that they belong with them. They're saying, I belong with you. So they know, so both knowing that they belong with each other. That's beautiful. Well, I think we got our messages here, right? So the divine masculine letting their divine feminine know. I wish you were here with me, and the divine feminine saying to the divine masculine, I belong with you. Beautiful messages. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Thank you so much for all of my new subscribers, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye.